who do not seek help to face their daily battles. This is not about a miracle recipe, but rather the knowledge you need to reach the highest peak. The truth is hard, but it needs to be said, most people never come close to their true potential. They follow the crowd, live on autopilot, and settle for crumbs of progress. But what if there was a different path? A method that puts you ahead of 99% of people? It is not about innate talent, luck, or miracle tricks. What separates those who achieve from those who only dream are daily choices, mental strategies, and habits that ensure constant growth. The reality is that success is not a mystery. It follows patterns. Those who learn to control emotions under pressure make better decisions. Those who understand that the environment influences more than willpower eliminate distractions and advance faster. Those who focus on the process and not just the results build consistency and, in the long run, dominate any area of life. These are not empty theories, but practical principles applied by great leaders, athletes, and entrepreneurs who have reached the top. The problem is that most never learn this. Instead of adjusting their strategies, they persist in making the same mistakes. They let stress control their actions. They try to change habits based only on discipline, and they give up when results do not come quickly. But you do not have to follow this path. If you want to unlock a level of performance that few achieve, you need to understand the 3 pillars that make all the difference. And the first of these is emotional control, because without it, everything falls apart. The difference between those who succeed and those who crumble in the face of challenges lies in the ability to manage stress. Emotional intelligence is not just a pretty concept. It is the key to dealing with daily pressures without losing control. Have you ever noticed how some people seem unshakable, while others collapse at the slightest problem? This is no accident. These are well-applied strategies. Taking a deep breath before reacting, learning to reframe problems as challenges, and creating routines that reduce tension, such as meditation or physical exercise. Small changes have a big impact on mental health. Avoiding stress triggers is one of the most effective habits for maintaining balance. The environment, the people around you, and even social media can be invisible sources of emotional exhaustion. Therefore, a practical strategy is to identify and remove what wears you down without adding value. Negative news all the time? Silence yourself. Toxic relationships? Set limits. Your time and energy are your most valuable assets. Wasting them on things that only generate anxiety is a serious mistake. And believe me, by eliminating the excessive negative stimuli, there is room for productivity and personal growth. Managing emotions does not mean ignoring them, but understanding how to channel them. Great leaders and entrepreneurs are not cold or insensitive. They simply control their reactions. When something goes wrong, instead of impulsive outbursts, they analyze the situation and make rational decisions. Want a practical example? Before responding to an annoying email in the heat of the moment, go for a walk or have a coffee. This simple delay can prevent regrets and open up space for more strategic responses. And speaking of strategy, there's an even more powerful factor for staying in control without relying solely on willpower. So, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. In addition to motivating me to bring more content like this, you also help YouTube show this video to more people who need this content. Many people think about giving up on their businesses because of debts or even their own lives. We are here to help thousands of people become champions in any area, whether professional or family. What separates those who control their own lives from those who live at the mercy of events? Emotional control. If the mind is in chaos, decisions will be impulsive, days will be unproductive, and mental health will be eroded. Learning to manage stress is not a luxury. It is a necessity for those who want to grow. Emotional intelligence does not mean repressing emotions, but understanding them and using them to your advantage. Mastering this skill is like strengthening a muscle. It requires daily practice. Simple techniques, such as taking a deep breath before reacting, keeping an emotion diary, or using physical activity to dissipate tension, make all the difference. But the real secret to balance goes beyond self-control. It's removing the triggers that trigger stress. What's the point of trying to be calmer if your surroundings are pulling you into chaos? Negative people, information overload, toxic social networks. They're all sapping your energy without you even realizing it. Cleanse yourself. Filter your intake, set boundaries, and protect your mind like you would a valuable investment, because that's what it is. A peaceful mind not only improves your productivity, it paves the way for true personal growth. And remember, managing your emotions isn't about ignoring them. It's about redirecting them intelligently. Great leaders aren't cold or insensitive. They just don't let the impulse of the moment compromise the long term. When something goes wrong, they don't react in the heat of the moment, but instead analyze, adjust, and move forward strategically. Before you respond to that annoying email or make a rash decision, pause, breathe, ask yourself, how would I react if I were at my best emotionally? This changes everything. And speaking of change, there's something even more powerful than willpower to transform habits. Most people believe that change depends solely on discipline and willpower, but the reality is different. Environment always trumps self-control in the long run. Have you ever noticed how much easier it is to eat healthy when there is only nutritious food in your fridge? Or how productivity soars when you are surrounded by people who are also seeking growth? That's because your environment influences decisions without you even realizing it. Adjusting it to favor good habits is a much more effective strategy than fighting against yourself every day. Want to change a habit? Make it inevitable. If you want to read more, spread books around the house. If you want to work out regularly, prepare your gym clothes the night before. The idea is to remove barriers and make good choices the path of least resistance. Likewise, distance yourself from influences that sabotage your evolution. Disorganized environments, negative friendships, addictive social networks. All of these drain your energy and keep you from your goals. Emotional intelligence is not just about controlling impulses, but structuring your life so that temptations lose strength. And the most interesting thing is that this applies to everything. Money, productivity, mental health. Those who grow are not those who have the most willpower, but those who create systems that make success inevitable. What is easier? Resisting temptations every day or simply eliminating them from your path? This is a game that few play, but that the most successful master. And when you learn to shape the environment, the next step becomes natural, focusing on the process and not just the result. Most people make the mistake of seeing success as a big event, a moment of glory that happens all at once. But true winners know that the secret is in the process. Those who only look at the end result lose patience, get frustrated with the delay, and give up halfway. On the other hand, those who learn to value daily progress build consistency and maintain motivation. Small victories matter. An extra workout, an extra hour of study, an extra productive day in the account. It is these steps that, accumulated, create irreversible changes. The process is what defines who gets there. Those who want to grow professionally but only think about their dream salary tend to get frustrated. Those who focus on learning, improving skills, and adding value become indispensable, and money comes as a consequence. The same goes for mental health. Those who only want to feel good without working on the cause of the problem live stuck in ups and downs. Emotional intelligence is the ability to adjust expectations and trust the system that was created. And the best system is the one that allows continuous progress without motivation depending on immediate results. That's why the big game is not to win all at once,